Homes may be more affordable next year in 2024, but does that mean that you or your buyers should wait to buy one? Let's talk about it today and Today in Mortgages. Hey, Dreammakers, welcome to Today in Mortgages, the show where we try to break down what's real, what's hype, and what you should be paying attention to in the news in real estate and mortgages. Today, you can call me By the Dip, and I've got here with me today, Rich from Network Funding. Hey, Rich, how you doing?
Speaking of dips.
No way, Rich, man, you're the man. So, hey, we had a quick dip in the market, and I hope anybody out there locked their rates on Monday because we had that sweet dip from the SVB fallout. But it's still a good time to take a look at rates, and that's what we're going to talk about today because we have an article from CNBC that says homes might be more affordable in 2024, but that doesn't mean that you should wait to buy one. Rich, that headline kind of says it all. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, don't wait. There's a lot of reasons not to wait. We don't know what's going to happen with interest rates. What we do know that's going to happen with home prices over time, they always appreciate. Every article that's written is always talking about, yeah, okay, we're going to see a minor dip coming off these incredible highs from the pandemic period when everybody wanted to buy a home and get out of apartments and condos and that kind of stuff. So the market was artificially driven up for that short period of time. So it will come off the highs a little bit. And today, with limited inventory and a ton of buyers, meaning millennials, there's 80 million millennials out there. They represent 43% of all home buyers. The average income, median household income for a millennial with a bachelor's degree is $100,000. If they have a graduate degree, it's $120,000. These are buyers that can afford to buy these homes today, and they should.
Yeah, Rich, there's a lot in this article that talks about that. And we've been talking about this on the show, I mean, pretty much ad nauseum, right? And so what we're talking about right now is rates have risen, demands have fallen a little bit. People are on the sidelines waiting. And what we've been talking about, what this article is talking about is that's not really a great idea. And right now you can take advantage of the fact that that demand has fallen and it's much easier. You're not going to go into price wars and bidding wars with other people. Honestly, we're still seeing some of those bidding wars on certain levels here in Houston. And I know it's happening across the country, but it's much less than it was 6 months ago. And so when we're talking about 7% rates where we're hovering around today, that's unfortunate, right? No one wants to get 7% rates when they can have the FOMO of the 2% rates that they missed out on a year and a half ago. But quick quote here from Lawrence Young, who's the National Association of Realtors chief economist. He says, returning to mortgage rates of 3% or 4% is not going to happen. I mean, kind of full stop right there. It's not going to happen. It's not something that if your buyers are out there, like, I want to wait until rates come back down to where they were. It's like it just says it right here. It's not going to happen, right? And so
they're going to be renters
not something
for a
you should
long
be waiting
time.
on because the demand, like Rich keeps talking to us about, is still there. And if rates do come down, you're just going to get back into those bidding wars with people, right, Rich?
Yeah. And today you're getting concessions when you're buying a home. That means a lot. You can do a lot with concession. You can pay your closing costs. You can buy your interest rate down. There's so much that you can get in making an offer to buy a home today that you're likely not going to get in a year or two when the market stabilizes, because then it will immediately turn into a seller's market. And that's when the sellers get to demand their price. They get to choose who they want to sell it to, and it doesn't matter. So get out there and get you some right now.
Yeah, Rich, you said it all. I think there's not much more to say on this, but I do want to give you a chance to give final thoughts and rating the article. But before I do, I just want to make sure that everybody out there knows about our free resource that we put together for you to market yourself while things are down. It's 5 tips for getting ahead while things are down. You can go and get that free resource at todayinmortgages.com/marketing. That's todayinmortgages.com/marketing. It's got 5 ways for you to get out there and do things today to get ahead for tomorrow. So, Rich, I'm going to give you a chance to give your final thoughts on this. Before we do, I want you to rate the article 0 to 5, 0 being a teardown, 5 being a perfect listing. Rich, where are you at on this?
This is a perfect listing.
Perfect listing, man.
It's so facts. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And I think, well, the reason we keep talking about this, the reason we're hammering it episode after episode is that there's so many people out there that really want to buy a home, but they're just scared. And you have to be out there talking to these borrowers, talking to these buyers about what they want, and then tell them the realities of the situation. And the realities of the situation are exactly what we talked about today. Demand's going to be high. And if rates come down, you're going to be back in those bidding wars, and you're just going to end up paying more for the house than you would today. And then if rates do drop and you bought today, you can always refinance later. And so it's just something you have to be talking to your people about over and over and over, because business right now is tough, but there is demand out there. And so there is wins to be had. So Rich, final thoughts on this?
Yeah, great article. You got to get out. And if you're in the market to buy a home, do not sit on the fence. Get out there and get it done now.
Definitely. And for you guys out there, I mean, one trick is just to take these articles that we're putting out there and send them to people, right? If you have a buyer that's on the fence, like send this article to them. Don't be annoying about it. Just say like, hey, I thought of you whenever I read this. I know you're thinking about buying. We'd love to talk to you more about what this says and if you have any questions. So, hey, thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. I hope we're making today and mortgages a little more clear, and we'll see you on the next episode. Mortgages are produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.